7 Illinois-bred trotters, now all set to go in the Key Club stake. Here they come. They're off. For outside, coming away quickly was Never Jamie B. in Morgan. Never Stills Colt racing in second. The entry 1-2 into the first turn. Length and a half back to Cooper Randolph, trotting third. 3 in front of Catherine Coe in fourth. In fifth around the turn is Checks and Balances, followed by Randolph Fedora and Gum Corner Lad Trails. Go past the quarter in 29-1 onto the backstretch. The entry still holding the top two positions. Never Jamie B leads at a length over Never Stills Colt. Here comes Catherine Coe to challenge. Followed up closely by Checks and Balances. Being shuffled is Cooper Randolph. Also on the move, Randolph Fedora. Gum Corner Lad still trails as they approach the half. On the outside, here comes Checks and Balances. Up to challenge Catherine Coe. Off the half in a minute. Now Checks and Balances has cleared. Opens up by 2 on Catherine Coe. Never Jamie B racing third. Randolph Fedora first up in fourth. Never Stills Colt saves ground in fifth. Gum Corner Lad now starts to rally from last. Cooper Randolph is shuffled back to the end as they turn for home. Checks and Balances leads it by 3. Checks and Balances now by 4. 3/4, 1:28-4. 28-4, third quarter. Off stride was Catherine Coe. They're in the stretch in the Key Club. It's Checks and Balances out there by 6. Randolph Fedora racing in second. Next closest is Never Jamie B. A 16th of a mile to go. Checks and Balances is all by himself to win the Key Club stake. It won 56-3. Randolph Fedora. Then it was Never Stills Colt. Here they come. They're off and pacing. On a break is Rocky, who trails the field. Poco Rerun and Dr. Longo, both going after the lead. Poco Rerun on the outside, Dr. Longo on the inside. Then it's Shag Chansey up on the rim in third. Half length from Paradigm. Racing in fourth and fifth around the turn. Hunter J just ahead of Brent Holland in upper room. Length and a quarter back to Finale's Flight. Then it's In His Own and Andy Miller. Tough Legacy and far back still. Out of sync is Rocky. Off that quarter a quick 28-4. Dr. Longo leads it. Here comes Hunter J. Poco Rerun racing in the pocket. Finale Flight. 2.5 back and fourth. In fifth, approaching the half, Shag Chansey. Then it's Upper Room, followed by In His Own. Being shuffled back is Paradigm. Then it's Tough Legacy. They're by the half and 59-1. Another lead change. Finale's Flight up to challenge the leader, Hunter J. On the outside, now off stride, Upper Room, Dr. Longo. Racing in third, In His Own. Racing fourth, Poco Rerun is hemmed in fifth. On the outside, racing up in sixth is Shag Chansey. Then it's Paradigm, Tough Legacy, and Upper Room has caught his gait. He's on the move again from last. Final quarter mile. Finale's Flight. Now the one to catch takes command. 3/4, 1:29-2. It's Finale's Flight, the leader. On the inside, Hunter J is battling to come back. In His Own now picks up those two. Poco Rerun racing fourth. Dr. Longo is fifth. Here comes In His Own. He's zeroing in on Finale's Flight. Finale's Flight is digging in. Here's In His Own. In His Own and Finale's Flight. In His Own, Finale's Flight. Too tight to call. 8 Illinois-bred 2-year-olds lining up. And now they're all set to go. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Broadway Hit, the roan out quickly for Curran. On the inside, Chevy Gold, also showing speed. Far outside, moving up, Mystical Hawk, and in between horses, now settling in fourth, is JB's Naughty Boy, a length from Studio Musician in Joel Smith. Length and a half back to Fast Muffler racing up close. Gap of 2 to Show Socks, and your trailer is Sports Lover. Mystical Hawk on the outside to challenge Broadway Hit, and they pass the quarter in 29-3. Mystical Hawk has made the top, and on the outside, JB's Naughty Boy and Miller. Going after them. Then it's Broadway Hit racing third, a gap of 2 to Chevy Gold racing fourth. Another break of 3.5 to Studio Musician. Fast Muffler is on the move for Pinsky. Those two are side by side. Then it's a 5-length gap to Show Socks, and then Sports Lover. JB's Naughty Boy has made the top and leads at a length over Mystical Hawk. Half-time to a minute and a fifth. On the outside, Broadway Hit drives into contention, bringing up Fast Muffler and Pinsky. Chevy Gold saving ground. Then it's Studio Musician, Show Socks, and Sports Lover. JB's Naughty Boy midway around the turn with Mystical Hawk right there on his back. Broadway Hit grinding it out in third. Fast Muffler right in behind him. Now Broadway Hit is on a break, a quarter of a mile to pace. 3/4, 1:30-4. JB's Naughty Boy the leader. Mystical Hawk is drafting him. Chevy Gold is taking over third with Fast Muffler racing fourth. He's got plenty to make up. JB's Naughty Boy. Here comes Mystical Hawk off the perfect trip. Mystical Hawk in deep stretch. Now overtaking JB's Naughty Boy to win it in 1:58-4. JB's Naughty Boy second, Fast Muffler third. Fillies and mares lining up in behind the starting gate. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Silvana going right to the top. She's joined by Jingle Jangle. Silvana takes command and now settles in for Anderson, a length in front of Jingle Jangle. Another length and a half back to Larky racing third. Then a gap of 2 to Silent Triffic in fourth, followed by Spicy Mohawk. One up on Jam F. Hots, and trailing early on is Fox Valley Ecstasy. Silvana takes the field by the quarter, 28-3. Jingle Jangle right on her back. Then it's Larky racing in third. Silent Triffic up close in fourth, followed by Spicy Mohawk. Then it's Jam F. Hots. And trailing the field, Fox Valley Ecstasy. No change. Midway up the backstretch, it's been all Silvana. Silvana leads at a tight length. Jingle Jangle taking the trip. Larky is 3 off the lead in third. Off the half, 58-3. 32nd quarter for Silvana. Nice breather there. On to the far turn. She leads at a length over Jingle Jangle. Larky in third. Silent Triffic saving ground. Now Spicy Mohawk swings to the outside. Now on the move, and Maxwell has Jam F. Hots, 7 off the lead with a quarter of a mile to go. Fox Valley Ecstasy trails the field. They're in the stretch, and they're all in behind Silvana. She's out there by 2, now by 3, 3/4, 1:28-1. Pace picks up. Silvana leads it. Jingle Jangle's been getting the trip. Larky racing third. Spicy Mohawk in fourth. In fifth, Jam F. Hots. A 16th of a mile to go. Silvana. Anderson urging her on. It's Silvana and Jingle Jangle. Silvana will win it again. Jingle Jangle second, close for third in 1:56-3. Here they come. They're often pacing. Far outside, Storm Go and Do You I Do. Both being hustled out aggressively. Storm Go makes the top. In good shape, opens up by 2, now by 3. Do You I Do settling in second, a length from Golden Anxious Boy racing third. Extreme Sabra in fourth, just a length ahead of Highway Motoring racing in fifth. Then it's Hey You Get Off of My Cloud, who has 2 on Fox Valley Storm, followed up by Lookin' Tough and Dale Heitman. Then it's a length back to Royal Viking King, and trailing the field, Mr. Prognosticator off that quarter, 28-3. They race up the backstretch. Storm Go leads it by 2. Do You I Do racing in second, a length back to Golden Anxious Boy and Neil Coleman. Another length back to Extreme Sabra, followed by Highway Motoring. Hey You Get Off of My Cloud angles out for Morgan. Fox Valley Storm saves ground. On the outside, moving up, Mr. Prognosticator. Looking Tough now slides out. Royal Viking King trails half in 59-4. Steady pace, Storm Go leads it. A length ahead of Do You I Do, and here comes Golden Anxious Boy. Golden Anxious Boy now pulls within ahead of the leader, Storm Go. Do You I Do is poised in third. Extreme Sabra racing in fourth. In fifth around the turn, Highway Motoring. Hey You Get Off of My Cloud, and Fox Valley Storm now a quarter of a mile to go. It's Storm Go, the one to catch. 3/4, 1:30-1. 3/16 out, they're on their way home. Storm Go feeling the pressure. On the outside, it's Golden Anxious Boy. Here comes Extreme Sabra. Do You I Do racing in fourth. It's Storm Go. Storm Go leads it. Golden Anxious Boy. One last desperate lunge. Storm Go wins it. Start to finish. Golden Anxious Boy. Fox Valley Storm up for third in 1:58-4. Eight fillies and mares lining up. And now they're all set to go. Here they come. They're often pacing on the far outside. Ancient Gypsy comes out aggressively. Broadway Terry on the inside. Between horses, it's Go Light. Broadway Elite out there in fourth. A length back to Fox Valley Vanna fifth. Another length back to Lacey Rose racing sixth. In seventh, into the turn, Lake Hills Beauty, and then it's Ariel's MJM. Midway around the turn, here comes Broadway Elite up to challenge Ancient Gypsy. Go off the quarter, 29-1. Now Broadway Elite goes on by. Pressure from Go Light. Ancient Gypsy right behind those two. Tight length, Broadway Terry racing fourth, a length and a quarter to Randy Jacobs and Fox Valley Vanna. Another length and a half back to Lacey Rose. Lake Hills Beauty and Ariel's MJM. Go Light now forging past Broadway Elite. Broadway Terry takes over third. Half in 57-3. 28-2 second quarter. 3/8 to go. Go Light leads at a length. Broadway Elite right there in the pocket. Broadway Terry is up close in third. Here comes Fox Valley Vanna. Also into the action, Lake Hills Beauty. Ariel's MJM is behind her. Lacey Rose and dropping back Ancient Gypsy. They're bunching up. It's wide open with a quarter of a mile to go. 3/4, 1:28-2. On the outside, Broadway Elite and Fox Valley Vanna, those two going at it. Broadway Terry lurking behind in third. Here comes Lake Hills Beauty, winding up Ariel's MJM. Fox Valley Vanna eyeing an upset. Broadway Elite is digging in. It's Fox Valley Vanna. Fox Valley Vanna and Broadway Elite. It's Fox Valley Vanna in front and staying there. Broadway Elite then close for third. Here they come. They're off. Sulin Dan and Almost Alpo. Those two now joined by Halewood in a three-way battle for the lead. Almost Alpo in between horses. Here comes Halewood. Sulin Dan lays off that battle, settles in third behind those two. Then it's a length to Anticipating, and Dan Knox followed up by Dubair. Another length back to Maru's Robbie, Mossy Creek, and Cam Fleet. Halewood on top opens up by 2, the 48-1 shot. Setting the tone with a quarter of 28-3. Almost Alpo now closing the gap. Anticipating swings to the outside. Sulin Dan saves ground. Dubair into the action, 5th. Maru's Robbie right on his back. And then it's Mossy Creek and Cam Fleet. Anticipating. And Halewood. They're going at it head-to-head off the half, 58-2. On the outside, Anticipating, now forging past the long shot Halewood. Dubair right into the action. Maru's Robbie looming large for Jacobs. On the inside, it's Almost Alpo. Then it's Mossy Creek. Cam Fleet starting to rally from last. Sulin Dan has been pushed back to last. Final quarter mile, they're in the stretch, Anticipating. On the outside, here comes Dubair. Dubair takes command. 3/4, 128-1. It's Dubair by 2. Mossy Creek now racing second. Cam Fleet is zeroing in. Here comes Cam Fleet. Dubair is under a drive. Ernie Adam trying to get him home in deep stretch. Dubair. It's Dubair in front. Cam Fleet second. Then Mossy Creek third in 157-1. Field of 7 lining up and picking up speed. Here they come. They're often pacing. Chicago Jazz coming out quickest with Get About, Rocket Ship. Away in third. A length back to Broadway Jazz in fourth. In fifth, Tommy Fra. Settling in sixth, Jeans Prize Playmore trails early on as the field hits the turn. Chicago Jazz leads at a length from Get About in second. Rocket Ship is third. Now here comes Rocket Ship from third and up to challenge Chicago Jazz. Quarter timed in 29-2. Rocket Ship with a burst of speed takes command. Leads at a length on the outside. Broadway Jazz pulls within a length. Chicago Jazz is right there in third. Length back to Get About, racing fourth. 2 back to Tommy Fra fifth. And it's a gap of 3.5. Finds Jeans Prize, then it's Playmore. Rocket Ship turning back Broadway Jazz's advances. Half in 57-1. Pace picks up. Rocket Ship trying to fend off Broadway Jazz. Chicago Jazz enjoying the perfect trip. Get About a ground-saving fourth. Tommy Fra now quickly into the action along with Playmore. Then it's Jeans Prize. They're in the stretch. Rocket Ship leads it. On the outside, Broadway Jazz hangs tough, grinding out a tough trip. 3/4, 125-4. 3/16 to go. Rocket Ship leads it. Broadway Jazz continues to pressure. Here comes Tommy Fra. He's measuring for Art Gregory Jr. Tommy Fra takes command. Broadway Jazz going a monster mile. Broadway Jazz, Tommy Fra. Now Jeans Prize is flying. Too tight to call. In the middle was Tommy Fra. On the far outside, Jeans Prize. Broadway Jazz was there as well. The Illinois-bred fillies and mares. Approaching the starting point. Here they come. They're off. Summer Wave in the middle of the track. Far outside, moving up with a rush. Here comes Iver. And now Iver takes command. Opens up quickly by 3. LD's LC. Summer Wave. Summer Wave now second. LD's LC will drop in behind her third. Then it's a length back to Jimmy's Butterfly racing fourth, followed by Bisou in fifth. Up on the rim. Ouch is Jenny now settling in front of one more Kick Me Out. Then it's Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. Then it's Lou. And your trailer is Oh That's Great. Quick quarter, 28-2. Race up the backstretch. Iver in command of the fractions. Leads it by 2 from Summer Wave. Length and a quarter LD's LC. Free-legged mare racing third. Jimmy's Butterfly angles out fourth for Morgan. Followed by Ouch is Jenny and Miller. Then Bisou. Alongside those two. On the outside, Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. Head from one more and Kick Me Out. Then it's Lou. And Oh That's Great. 58-2. Round the far turn. Iver coasting along. Leads at a length. Now Jimmy's Butterfly. Up to challenge. Getting the trip is Summer Wave. On the outside, Ouch, it's Jenny. Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo is there. LD's LC and Bisou both saving ground. For outside, moving up, Lou. And Oh That's Great. Now they've got a quarter of a mile to go. 3/4. 129 even. Jimmy's Butterfly takes command. Iver is battling back. Iver once again reclaims the lead. Here comes Summer Wave and Holland. And now Summer Wave quickly up to challenge and draw clear. Iver is still there. It's Summer Wave and Iver. Summer Wave winning it. Iver second. Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo and Bisou 158-2.